Earlier in the week, we had the privilege of going to the London Racing Club, and there for the night preview was Nick Watts, Sam Loy from RPTV, Richard Thomas from William Hill, and Declan Ricks from ATR. And what they did, they previewed the Stan James Greatwood, which runs on Sunday. This is what they had to say. Now, bear in mind, this was recorded earlier in the week, so there might be one or two pulled out, but this is what they had to say about the race on Sunday.
Flaxen Flair for Gordon Elliott, Thomas Edison, pretty unlucky last time, I thought.
Yeah, Thomas Edison, he's interesting. He's kind of a bit like the horse Hidden Cycle in his earlier career. He actually beat Champagne Fever, I think, in a bumper a number of years ago. Again, I don't think he's good enough to win this, Thomas Edison. He did run well the last time, but his jumping has not been up to scratch, I don't think, for a race that's this competitive. He will like the better ground. I think that's actually going to go for all the Irish horses, Flaxen Fair, Renault and Callan. The best out of the Irish for me is Flaxen Flair. I think these big fields bring out the best in him, strong pace, and he's obviously won the Cheltenham Festival last year, so he's course and distance form. Flaxen Flair is the best of him, but I still don't think he'll be good enough.
And Richard, you heard Rolling Star came out today. Cash and Go, Nicky Henderson's other runner, pretty solid at the head of the market.
He has been, yeah. He was double figures early on, 9-2, clear favourite now, and the way things are, I think he will go off market leader on Sunday. Just one issue with his horse, and I've seen him at home. He's quite a lightly made horse, and I think again fresh is when you're going to have to catch this horse. He doesn't take his races well. Nicky was a little bit concerned last year after that first run that he sort of fell away a bit, and you see him physically, he's not robust, and I think if you're going to catch him first time out is the time. But for me, 9-2, that's plenty short enough.
Yeah, certainly looking at his recent form figures, don't inspire much confidence. Nick, would you be opposing a favourite?
I quite fancy Court Minstrel. Evan Williams is. I know he disappointed Ascot last time. I think the ground was all wrong for him. He can't handle soft ground at all. So it wasn't too bad a run in the circumstances to finish 8th in what was quite a good handicap. He looked really good to me last season, especially when he got some decent ground. And I don't think there's a whole lot of rain forecast for Cheltenham between now and Sunday. So unusually it might be run on quite a decent surface, and I think it's key for this horse. And I think when he gets a good pace to aim at, there's a horse in here called You Know Yourself with Dr. Newlands. If he runs, he won at Market Raising a couple of starts ago by blasting off from the front, going hard and staying there. If he does the same, tries to employ the same tactics, could set it up for a finisher, which will help Court Minstrel settle and come into the race late. And I'm convinced he's better than we saw last time, so I wouldn't rule him out even though he's at the head of the weight.
And what about Declan, the ones coming here in good form, the likes of Pine Creek and Semetiga, both winners last time out? What do you think of them?
Yeah, I think they have to be high on everyone's shortlist, especially at the prices. Sam Tegel is 10-1 coming from the Paul Nichols Yard. His form actually ties in with Court Minstrel, with the run up in air. He is actually £2 better off with him this time, and he's got a proper run under his belt. I thought he jumped impeccably for a 4-year-old last time out, so I couldn't really put anyone off Sam Tegel. Pine Creek, I couldn't put anyone off either. He was a good winner at Ascot the last time, and I don't think he's a typical John Ferguson horse, speed horse. I think he's going to be a horse who's going to like a proper gallop and a stiff finish. He sticks on well. They're two horses I definitely couldn't put you off. At the weights, though, I'd probably just favour Pine Creek.
Would he be a selection?
Yeah, like Nick, I like Court Minstrel as well. This is a very competitive race. I agree with Richard that Cash and Go has to be taken on at the prices. If you're looking for a selection, which I'm sure everyone is, I'd go with Pine Creek, and I'd also stick up Get Me Out of Here at 25-1, who has super course and distance form. This will be the first time he's got to race on proper ground in a long time. If John Joe goes with a claimer on him, a good claimer like Maurice Linehan, he could outrun his price at 25, but selection is at Pine Creek.
This year, the Sunday, really strong card. We've got the Supreme Novices Trial, the Arkle Trial, the likes of Alpha Off and Captain Canaan, last two winners of that race, and also the Schlur Chase, in which Sire de Grugy, who people are putting up as the opposition to Sprinter Sacre this year, going in that one. And realistically, do we think Sire de Grugy can get anywhere near Sprinter Sacre longer term this season?
No.
Keeping it simple, Richard, Sprinter Sacre looks out on his own, doesn't he?
No, he's the best horse in the world.
And again, thank you very much to the London Racing Club for allowing us to film that event, and also the guys at RPTV, William Hill and ATR.